TheCutUpSource.com. Simply pull on it like this and make a snap. It's a nice, perfect line, and you're good to go. You're good to use a cut-up saw or to use a household saw with a abrasive or masonry blade to cut across the driveway. Only need to cut down about maybe a half an inch or so, just enough to get the wire below the surface so snow plows, weed whackers, and that type of thing don't hit it. And now let's move on to the next step. Okay folks, what we're going to do now is we're going to actually cut the chalk line so we can actually run the wire through it. Now there's two different ways you can do it. You can either use a steel cut-up saw, which we're going to actually use today for today's film to make the process go quicker, or you can just, if you happen to have a skill saw around the house, which most homeowners do, you can use this, but you'll want to use a masonry blade that you can pick up at any big box store, Home Depot or Lowe's, for about $5. Once you put the blade on it, you just want to cut across the line as straight as you can make it, and then afterwards you're going to go back, run your wire through it, and caulk the actual crack that you created. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you how to cut this pathway. Hi folks, now that we've cut across the driveway, what we're going to actually do, and this is extremely important, is to make sure that you actually, on both edges of a crossway or a pathway, cut a lot deeper than you did going down the initial crack. This will avoid edgers and snow plows from pulling up the line. You can see right here, we're just going to go down a lot deeper, and let me show you how. Got the cut up? Lower edge line is the lower area where it's come out of the ground, and it keeps it tight and secure to the ground. So always go deeper on your corners than you did the rest of the driveway. Now what we're going to show you, the next step will be to run the wire through the crack, and then we'll show you how to seal it. Folks, now that we've cleaned out the crevice of the crack we just cut, what we're going to actually do is run our dog fence wire through the crack. Very simple process. What you want to do is start off here with something holding the end of the wire to the other side here, and simply take the wire and push it down in the crack. The screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, always makes the process simpler. And then what you want to do is just move right down the line, use your thumb to hold it in the crack. Now that the wire is completely through the crack, our next step is going to be to go ahead and seal over top of this. Then the final step is going to be to connect to the main dog fence line running around the rest of the perimeter. So we'll move on to the next step. Okay folks, now that we have the dog fence wire running through the crack, we're going to go ahead and seal over it. Now there's two different ways, two different types of material you can use. Today we're going to use crack fill, which is actually especially made for concrete driveways. You can also buy that pre-made concrete caulk and just use a caulk gun to simply caulk and bead over the line. What you want to do is, if you're using a caulk gun on concrete, you'll simply want to make as neat of a cover as you possibly can, and then go back over it with a screwdriver or something flat so that it's level. If you're in a situation where you're actually doing an asphalt driveway, you can pick up the actual counterpart to the concrete sealer, which is actually going to be an asphalt sealer. Now all these products can be picked up at any big box store, Home Depot, Lowe's, or True Value, any of your big box stores. So now what I'm actually going to do is show you a short little way to actually caulk. And we're going to actually use the caulk the first time. Simply take your caulk gun and get a nice bead of caulk in the crack. And you're just going to want to do this all the way across your crack. And then I like to use a flathead screwdriver to just kind of neatly go over top of it and seal it. Now on your edges here, always remember you want to have the edges buried deeper. So the second option is going to be your concrete sealer here, which you can simply either just pour a little bit in there and then just kind of level that off in the crack all the way across the line, and you'll basically be good to go. And what we'll do next is, after you're done sealing everything, we'll move on to the next step, which is going to be to splice your dog fence wire together with the main loop. And then crossing this particular pathway, you're pretty much done. Just remember, all crossways and pathways are accomplished in the same way. You can cut a sidewalk or pretty much any other type of pathway in the same manner, and be good to go as far as, you know, crossing the pathways. And now we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now that we have the wire going through the crack and we have everything sealed up, what we're actually going to do is, if you have your main loop going around the properties, we're going to actually splice these together. Now the best way to do this is to use our underground waterproof fusion connectors. And the advantage to these is these tubes are filled with dielectric grease and silicone. So when you have exposed copper, like right here, and moisture gets into that, it's not going to be able to get through that. You're going to have a lifelong splice as opposed to just a simple wire connector like this. Really easy to use, and they're available on our site, FlexPets.com. So what you simply want to do is connect your main loop right here. Just simply twist it together, like so. Cut off on the axis right here, just like that. Now twist your wire connector, just like so. And to do a proper splice, what you actually want to do is you want to push this all the way down to the bottom of the tube, and that's going to give you the best seal possible. You can see right there. And then these fusion connectors simply snap together like so, and you're good to go. So you're spliced in with your main loop, and next you're going to want to do this on the other side as well. Just repeat the process. For expediency's sake, we've already dug a hole here, so what we're going to do is push the wire as deep as we can. Now what I like to use, and we also sell these on our site, FlexPets.com, and these can be used in other areas as well, which we'll explain to you in other videos. But to keep this wire secure and have it from popping out of the ground on the edges and having a lawnmower or an edger eventually hit it, what we want to do is use a dog fence staple, and we want to take the edge of the wire and we want to push that down as far as we can. And what that's going to do is keep that wire down there, stop it from popping out of the driveway. They're pretty cheap. They're about $15 on FlexPets.com, so you can pick them up there. And what we want to do then is cover up right here, put our sod back in place. Now as you can see, we're all protected from edgers, snow plows, whatever your geographic condition might be. You know, your dog fence is gone, you're not going to have to go out and look for wire breaks. So that's the way we do it, and that's the end of today's demonstration of how to cross a pathway or driveway.